Hey YouTubers, no music this time because I don't really know if this movie actually has a main theme. But anyway, today we're going to be reviewing X-Men First Class, directed by Matthew Vaughn. So this is like it's like a kind of like a prequel reboot because it's all over the place. Yeah. But if you want to know about the story about this was originally supposed to be a Magneto movie. It's gonna be called X-Men Origins Magneto. But since X-Men Origins is, well, that movie's questionable, and it's bad, they decided, you know what? And Matthew Vaughn just said, you know what? I'm going to incorporate this in this new X-Men movie. So, yeah. Anyway, another good story. This movie kind of got me into comics because I was really young when I saw this movie. But I loved it. So basically, this plot's really short. It's basically just about when Professor X first met Magneto and how the X-Men in this universe was formed and all that stuff. Yeah. Let's talk about the actors. They do James McAvoy and Michael Fassbender does it. They do a good job as young Professor X and young Magneto. But it kind of breaks the timeline of the X-Men movies though. Well, because in the first X-Men movie, he said he met Magneto when he was like a teenager, even though he was already a grown up. But I digress. I guess Matthew Vaughn wanted to do something different. All I can say is the villain is pretty lame. Because, of course, just like Corella, it's kind of like how she became evil. And she also meets someone even worse than her. Yeah. So that's when we got Kevin Bacon and Sebastian Shaw. Nah, he's pretty forgettable. People just, if you watch this movie, people just say, oh, Kevin Bacon was in this movie playing, I don't know, very, very forgettable. We also have, what's her name? Jennifer Lawrence. I always forget her name. Yeah. Her Mystique is fine. I don't really care about her Mystique too much. She's a little bit too, I don't want to say soft, but soft. It's just her Mystique is just a departure for Rebecca Romijn's version. I actually liked Rebecca Romijn's version. Yeah, she didn't talk much, but that's usually how Mystique is. She's supposed to be sneaky. So if you gotta be sneaky, you're not supposed to talk a lot. And her Mystique is just fine. Yeah. There's a whole running. I feel like it should be a meme now. Mutant and proud and all that crap. Yeah. And then we talk about the new actor that plays Beast. I like him. He was in a movie called Jack the Giant Slayer. It's bad, don't watch it. But yeah, he's just an interesting young Beast who's like still figuring out, does he want to be a mutant or not? Because in X-Men Last Stand, he's fully accepted the fact that, oh, okay, I'm blue and all of that stuff. But this Beast is like, I'm not actually sure if I still want to be a mutant. I'm trying to cure myself and eventually actually become blue. Yeah. And I feel like Beast, he's less Beast in every movie. Like, the actor barely puts on his Beast makeup. Like, he has like this serum that keeps him looking human. But all I can say is, did he just rip off the Hulk? All I can say that, yeah. Basically, the movie's set in the 60s. In the beginning of the movie, we get a expansion of Magneto's origin that we got in the first X-Men movie, like show Poland in 1944. Just expand on that. And then the fact that Sebastian Shaw was the one that took him in and, killed his mother, which basically activated his mutant abilities because he was pissed off. So yeah. And now, in years later, he's been trying to find Sebastian Shaw and kill him. And of course, we see young Professor X meeting Mystique, and he's gonna basically become like his adoptive sister and all that stuff. Even though they don't explain that, what was actually her parents? Wait, sorry. What was her mother's reaction when she saw a blue little girl in her living room? I always wondered that because he just basically. I mean, I think his mother was still alive. It's just like okay, yeah. And then we have a lot of other X-Men characters who, they're fine. We have a guy named Banshee. That's kind of it. He name's Banshee and he can scream and all that stuff. We see Cyclops' brother Havoc, even though in the comics that's Cyclops' younger brother, not the older brother. But who cares? That's the thing that like, yeah, okay, that's fine. That's not really a big deal. And we also have a guy named Darwin. Who is that? I don't know. I mean, they kill him it's still technically the beginning of the movie. They kill him off. It's like, it's kind of irrelevant. Guy who can, I don't know, he can do something. I don't know. It's like he's such uninteresting. And then we have Zoe Kravitz in the movie as a girl named Angel. Yeah, I don't know what her name is. She has the same name as Warren Worthington. It's like, okay, do you know any unique names? There's already another X-Men guy who actually, yeah. And her name technically makes no sense because she has butterfly wings. Call her Butterfly or something? I don't know, but she does become evil and gets defeated very easily. And if you've seen X-Men Days of Future Past, apparently she gets experimented and killed and all that stuff. So, I mean, I like the setting. It fits like the X-Men. Yeah, it's set in 1962, but it's kind of accurate to the X-Men's first appearance. Because, they were kind of created in 1963. But, yeah. And I like it because it's kind of like this, it has like this spy feeling. It's really cool. Trying to see what else to talk about. Oh, yeah, we have another guy named Azazel. He's basically like Red Nightcrawler, who... Okay, I'm just gonna say now. He's Nightcrawler's dad in the other stuff. Not in this version, which I don't know why, because they look exactly alike. He's basically just Red Nightcrawler. Have mercy. We have Emma Frost. Okay, nope. Nope. She sucks. Next. And we also have a guy who can do tornadoes. Oh my goodness. I like this movie, but the bad guys are just so forgettable. It's like, okay, Kevin Bacon is in this movie. But it's basically a Magneto story, like I said, because, this was meant to be a Magneto movie, and they just made it X-Men First Class. I like when they finally show Cerebro, and I like the funny joke when he said, what about shaving your head? I'm not going to shave my head. It's funny because, he does eventually become bald. We see little cameos, which we see a young Cyclops, even though technically Cyclops would be born to like the 80s or stuff. But whatever, the X-Men timeline is garbage. It's jumbled and crappy. So yeah, and we see young Storm, which was still a thief. Yeah. Or when her parents were still alive. I don't know. But we do see those characters and stuff. Ooh, we see a cameo from Wolverine. Well, it basically told them, he said, excuse me, I'm Lynching Xavier. He said, piss off, bye. And he just turned around like, what the heck? What those people? Weirdos. And then he said, and basically, he gets another drink. But anyway, yeah. I'm tired of these Wolverine cameos. I'm just like, this is an X-Men movie. X-Men. Does Wolverine have to be in every X-Men movie? Seriously, I would have been okay if Wolverine wasn't in this movie. If it was like, I don't know, Sabretooth. And he was basically the one that said piss off. That probably would have been better. Because we already had like a trilogy of movies. We had a trilogy with Wolverine. And yes, we know Wolverine would be alive in the 60s because he doesn't age. But, okay. And if this was actually connected to the X-Men movies, Wolverine, okay. Wolverine wouldn't know who the X-Men are because, of course, in the 60s is before he lost his memory. And apparently in X-Men Origins, he lost his memory from a stupid adamantium bullet. So, yeah. Anyway, he wouldn't remember Professor Charles Xavier in the first X-Men movie. but they would remember him. Yeah, the X-Men timeline is kind of crappy, but yeah. But I don't know. And then we have a character named Moira McTaggart. Her character, I'm just like, why is she still in this movie? Still in these movies? Yeah, they explain in this version why Professor X lost the use of his legs. He got shot in the spine, which is just so generic. That's it because DC did that with Batgirl. She got shot in the spine by the Joker. Seriously, people? Seriously, Marvel, do you have to copy off of DC every time? Yep. Well, except it's better than his comic origin when he just got crushed by a building. Well, crushed by a rock, which is the most anticlimactic way to lose your legs in comic books or anything superheroes. You know, I like because since this is only a Magneto story, he really gets developed in this movie. They explain why he's evil, why he's the way he is. Yeah, I just like the scene when he just accepts his powers, like when he picked up a submarine out of the air, like nonchalantly say, "Okay, people, I got this." Yeah, or at the end when he just grabbed all the people's missiles because this is during the Cuban Missile Crisis and all that stuff. So anyway, he catches the missiles and almost throws it back at them. Till Charles Xavier basically jumps on him. Yeah, if he didn't, well, Magneto probably would have started another, I don't know, World War III or anything like that. Anyway, yeah, and it's like any other political movie. It's not really political. Like they say it is, but it's actually not. It's more of the X-Men, which I like because political stuff it's too messy. It's too complicated. No one wants that in the superhero movie. We just want okay, yay, the bad guys are fighting the good guys and all that stuff. I don't know what other people wanted to see that movie, but the movie gave me what I wanted, and that was good. I like the post credit scene when he finally calls himself Magneto. That's pretty cool. And then we have other scenes that actually no one really cares about. I like how they explained the Blackbird X-Men's jet. Like basically, B said, "You know what? I made it." Hmm. I like how he just nonchalantly says, and Banshee says, "Can you fly this thing?" He said, "Yeah, I built it, you dummy." Like nonchalantly said, "Okay, I'll fly it. See you." Apparently, Beast has a pilot's license. I don't know. Yeah. Of course, Mystique joins Magneto. Who is shocked by this? I mean, she's Mystique. Every time you think of Magneto, you think of Mystique. It was like, oh, okay, bye. Another thing, why is Mystique naked in these movies? Mystique wears clothes. Yeah, I was shocked too, but I was like, wait, Mystique wears clothes. Why do these movies keep making her naked? Ugh, my goodness, we've been seeing. I don't know how many times I can see Jennifer Lawrence's butt in this movie. I'm just like, oh my goodness, put on some clothes, people. Seriously, she wears clothes? Oh my goodness. And I heard it takes like a long, long time to put on Jennifer Lawrence's Mystique makeup. You could have saved everybody the trouble if you just like painted it simple. Because she has like these unique marks. We get it, she's Nightcrawler's mother, but does her marks have to be so detailed? I mean, she's straight blue. She's just blue. She doesn't have any writings on her name. She's just blue. No, she don't have any tattoo on her blue parts. She's just blue. Have mercy. I don't know. This is not really a pet peeve. I'm just like, wait, she been naked all the time. Oh my goodness. Have mercy. I usually thought Mystique was actually supposed to be naked. And I was like, oh my goodness, put on some clothes, people. Ugh. I like when she shapeshifts into Rebecca Romijn in like a short scene, like, hint, remember Rebecca Romijn was Mystique. Fun fact, she used to be married to John Stamos. Rebecca Romijn. Yeah, I know it's kind of weird. Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of creepy because apparently Mystique in the first X-Men movie, I mean, not the first X-Men movie, X-Men First Class is supposed to be 18. Think about that for a minute. And Magneto's in love with her. And he's like 30. I don't know about some people, but that's kind of a little weird. Yeah. Yeah. Their relationship just doesn't make it. Never made sense in these movies. Supposed to be dating? Are they not dating? Are they just friends? I don't know. They don't really explain anything. And all I can say is Magneto in the X-Men post-credit scene, his outfit sucks. I mean, oh my goodness, that's a terrible outfit. It compares to Doctor Doom's costume in that 2005 Fantastic Four movie. By the way, it's like, what's wrong with these villain costumes in the early 2000s? I'm just saying they all suck. I mean, tell me a villain costume in the early 2000s that is memorable and good. Nope, no one can think of it. I feel like until the MCU was a thing, villain outfits sucked. And yeah. And Magneto, he definitely does get a new upgraded outfit in X-Men Days of Future Past. Thank God. And then X-Men Apocalypse, which I don't get how he puts the armor on in that movie. It looks like it's hard to take off. There's a lot of armor pieces and just like, oh my goodness, is this a DCEU suit? Yeah, but then I don't get how people wear those costumes. They look like they hurt. So, sorry, I'm getting you off topic here. I guess I would just give it an A. Like, I don't really care for this. They call themselves the Hellfire Club and all that crap. I don't care. I really don't care about anybody except the X-Men. And I like at the end, he's in his wheelchair and he's gonna say, and she says, how many students are you gonna have? And he said, I don't know. He just depends on how many teachers we have and all that stuff. I like that because it's like he's finally and fully embracing the fact that he will be Professor X. So I'm just saying because in X-Men Days of Future Past, like, okay, so apparently after the events of this movie, Professor X loses his students immediately. I'm just saying that X-Men Days of Future Past, I like it, but it kind of does undo X-Men First Class. It's like, okay, did we have a happy ending? Nope. Let's undo the happy ending and make something horrible. I'm just saying, because in every sequel, they're always undoing things from the first movie. Yeah, like, trying to find. I guess Rocky 2, which basically undoes the first movie because he's gonna fight what's his name? I'm trying to think. Apollo Creed. Anyway, because he basically fights him again. It's basically just the same movie. It's just, yep, undoes his win and say, you know what? Let's make him fight Apollo Creed again. Yeah. I guess I have nothing else to say. Yeah. And this is just going to be a quick video. I know I was rambling on. I was trying to think good scenes. I like this movie, but oh my goodness, I don't really care for these villains. So, I guess I'm done. I'll try to do another movie. Okay, bye. Did I say A-? Yeah, I say A-.